we start at the beginning and just sort of flip through it. Here we in the second verse. Tell me your feelings through the first show that you're calling. Here we go. Here we go into sound cue, warning, house, whatever, bell, bomb, go, house, out. Nora is feeling what?
That if you're not on the train, you're under it. You have to be ahead of the play all the time.
So the show has started.
Yeah.
You're into scene 3 now. How are you feeling in scene 3?
Well, pretty good, because I got through the first 2 scenes. So eventually, once you've done a show a number of times, then you can actually look up and see what's actually going on.
And
for a long time, all you're doing is reading.
All you're doing is reading?
Reading.
And here you are halfway through. Here we are, I'm just taking Q14, I'm guessing here we are in Act 3. You're halfway through the first show you've ever called with Bill Hutt.
Yes.
Are you feeling more confident now?
Yes, but I know that when we get to the storm, in this particular show, in 1972 was when they put in the new lighting system and the new sound system at the festival. So they cut all those holes in the roof, which now made the acoustics so bad. And so the designers went berserk. There were so many light cues and so many sound cues because they had that machinery. And the sound was so confusing that it was so complex, that during the storm scene, I called the lights, and Patty McAtee, who was the ASM backstage, called the sound.
When you say complicated, you mean there were so many different sound cues.
There were so many cues, and you couldn't, usually you can just go, sound cue 1, go, sound cue 2, go. What they had to do for that particular sequence was, you had to talk about fader A2, 7, over, 30 seconds, go. Because you couldn't just say, there was too much to know about it. And it wasn't just a question of pushing a button. It was you actually had to do something.
Right.
So at the point where we start into the storm sequence, then...
Let me just find, what is that? Act 3,
Later.
Act 4. Act 4? Shoot, I'm writing your book. Interval, scene change. 23. No.
Okay, so he's already crazy.
He's
by
crazy.
Then.
He's crazy.
Okay. Oh,
we can do inserts into the book, right? We can do a bit of insert in the book afterwards, right?
Let me just think about what I do. Where is he? Going crazy. Oh, I'm sorry. I haven't done this for a while. Where's the king? Come out of the storm is what they're going to say. Heaven help him.
Gloucester and the
I
Cliff.
don't know where it is. That's weird. But I can't even find it.
Gloucester and the Cliff is after the storm?
Yeah. Yes, because the crazy king is going to come in.
Edmonton, Gloucester, lights.
Okay,
Here we're going into the cave. The fool, here's the place, my lord, enter. The tyranny of the open night is too rough for nature to endure.
It's whatever he had to say when he does blow winds and crack your cheeks, which has to be before that. There you go.
Here we are. Act 3, Scene 2. Flashback, flashback, flash C, flash red, black, red. And these are sound cues?
No, those are lightning.
Okay.
So it's a particular kind of lighting that flashes quickly and very bright. And so it's black, black, red, black, red.
Where's your sound cue?
So the sound cues are in another book because they had to be done.
So you're writing 2 books?
I'm not doing it.
I see, but
the
where...
the ASM backstage is doing it.
Oh, okay.
And when we first started, they tried to get me to do it all, and you could not talk fast enough.
Right.
It just didn't work. So he went on somewhere else. We parted ways. I think it would be about here. Yeah. This Warning Electric's 243 to 315. Hello?
Okay. So that is 58, 68, 73 cues
In
that period of time.
yeah.
And how many total cues? So I want to
I'll
do
do it
two
back.
things. I want to see how many total cues.
You have to keep going.
Have to keep going. $354 light cues.
Yeah.
So here you are. You are in the final scene. Why should a dog, a horse, a rat have life and thou no breath at all? How are you feeling, first time stage manager calling a show?
I'm glad it's almost over. And I think I probably did quite well, actually.
And what would you judge doing quite well by?
Well, just having not heard anything. I mean, as you're watching the show, you can tell whether you're in the rhythm of what is happening.
Right.
And by the time I had done it a number of times, I did feel that. I felt that I was helping the actors, that I was supporting them with what I was
Right.
doing.
The last four lines of the play: the weight of this sad time we must obey, speak what we feel, not what we ought to say. The oldest had borne most, we that are young shall never see so much nor live so long. Noodles Kneels.
It's Bill Needles who was playing.
Noodles Kneels. Cue from Paddy. Sound.
No, Patty McEntee, who was the ASM backstage.
Okay.
Because everybody had to get off in the dark, right?
Master, when all off.
Yeah.
LQ 533 snap 353 snap. Eliz in front of center pillar.
So that's Elizabeth Shepard who played Cordelia.
End of call. Bill exits UC.
Up center, so then you do
Like
cues 354 and House
Lights.
Lights.
So that's Bill, who has died as Lear, staggering to his feet in the black and walking off stage.
No, this is him at the end of the curtain call. That's what that is.
Oh, that's the end of the curtain call.
That's when you get the House Lights.
So what right happened? This is your first show you ever called. What happened right after this? Did you sit there and go for 2 minutes, or did you rush backstage and tell people how
Probably
good they
had a
were?
cigarette.
You went for a cigarette in your booth or outside?
Well, you could see then you could smoke anywhere.
Okay, so here's the prompt book. Here's your little window. Where's the pack of cigarettes? You saw how automatic the hand went there.
Right here.
Wow.
I mean, it's so, well, like so many things that you think of now, and you go, like, it used to be that on the ASM's list of things to do was cleaning the ashtrays. Now, that's appalling. And everybody smoked in rehearsal.
Right.
The room was blue. It was just unbelievable. And those of us who smoked took absolutely no responsibility for it at all.
And how long would have sat there with your cigarette looking out the window before you went, right, close the book?
Yeah, maybe just a few minutes.
And then what would you do?
Then you go downstairs, and you know that at the bottom of the stairs, that's where David William will be, which is fine.
And this is opening night. Is David William going to give you notes on opening night, or is he going to
Probably.
give you a look?
I don't remember exactly, but he would, if there was a note to be given, he would give it to you. Absolutely.
Right.
I mean, that was part of my education. The fact that I had somebody who was that demanding and who had no reservations about telling you whether you were doing well or not, that I went home after every rehearsal to think, you got to be better tomorrow, you got to be better tomorrow. And trying to make good on that promise kept me in stage management for 40 years. Because you were always doing that, thinking, I can do better, I can be better, I can do that better. And then eventually I thought, no, actually, this is as good as you are going to get. Quit while you are ahead. And so I stopped.